Hi, my name's Rob Lee. Subscribe to Ford Have Mercy.
Thanks everyone for joining me, man. Yeah, here we are, another week. Obviously, we had the announcement from Boris, basically just telling us nothing that we didn't know already, that we were stuck indoors for a bit longer. So, yeah, we might as well get used to it, innit?
Yep.
Miles? Yeah. No, but anyway, first things first, again, like last week. Obviously, John, you weren't here last week, but no T words. No T words. And the T word is, yeah, you know it. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to try and stay clear of that. All right. So the first things first, we're going to go through kits. Now, I've got a couple here. I want you to tell me the first player that comes to your mind and the first memory that comes to your mind when I present this kit. So hold on. First one.
Oh.
Come on.
Lovely.
Hey, Rob Lee.
Rob Lee? You said Rob Lee?
Ginola.
Why Ginola?
Bro, that's the answer, bro.
Yeah? Well, come on,
go.
Why Ginola?
That's the 95-96 season, isn't it?
Yeah, he's doing bits still. I remember.
Did Rob Lee get it?
Who said Rob Lee?
I said Rob Lee.
Why Rob Lee?
Because I remember he scored a screamer one time. I just remember him running away, and it's just that kid just comes to my head.
Okay. What about you, Pete? What you saying?
For me, Les Ferdinand. For some reason, that kit it just looked perfect on him, and it was just well suited to that kit.
In fact, fun facts. I actually had Ferdinand on the bat. I don't know if you can see it. But when he moved, I was like, "No, man, you done us dirty." John, what are you saying? What are you seeing when you see that kid?
I'm gonna say Shearer, but I'll say Philippe Albert.
Whoa, okay.
That goal is good against United.
Yeah.
This goal, oh my words, man, it's fantastic. What a brilliant goal, last, and that shirt reminded us of Philippe. And yeah, what a goal, last.
Yeah.
Right, I've got another one. Now, this is one that I'm not too sure. I've still got it, keeper's sake and all the rest of it. But what about this one?
Yeah, still got it. Lauren Robert.
Laurent Robert. Talk to me. Why Laurent Robert?
Just the Bobby Robson era, isn't it? So obviously he was the part of the French Legion. He was probably the one who took over from Ginola on the left wing.
Yeah.
Who did we have up front that year?
Was that, sorry?
Who did we have up front that year?
Shearer and Bellamy.
Yeah,
Amiobi.
Did we have a Scottish striker? Did we have a Scottish striker?
Kevin Gallagher.
That's
yes,
it.
from Blackburn.
Yeah.
Bro, he wore that kit. He wore that. He scored a couple goals, and I just remember him in that kit.
Kevin Gallagher.
Yeah.
No, you're right. He was.
I know. I always used to see because he had moments in it, and I just remember that kit.
I don't know. What about you? What are you saying?
For me, two people: Lauren Robert and Gary Speed.
You only get one answer, man. All right, because Gary Speed's late. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But you only get one answer, man.
But no, for me,
crack of the whip, man.
Lauren Robert, I absolutely love that guy. I loved him when he played for Newcastle.
Who didn't?
There's a lot of people that didn't. Like I say, I had a season ticket back in the day during those years, and you wouldn't believe the amount of fans that get so frustrated with him and angry with him if he gave the ball away or whatever. And it's like he was one of those players where you had to just let him be himself, a little bit like Ben Arthur, a little like Gino and other players that have just got that little bit of quality. He would frustrate sometimes because the ball away would track back. I tell you what, when he had the ball, he was unbelievable. That, for me, that just reminded him.
Right, I've got another one. Now, if you don't say the name that I'm thinking, then I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Hold this for.
So what was your answer on the last question? What did you say?
Oh, my one.
I never told you, son, 40. I never given you the answer for me.
John,
what did you say? Sorry, John.
No, there's one guy really rate, and that's shit, and that's Nobby Solano. This guy's got vision. He's got vision. He's got a set piece. He's got score goals.
Yeah.
And this guy, I mean, people say, apart from David Beckham, he's one of the best crosses of the bar, just below Beckham. And
So, you're rating him highly, yeah?
Yeah, he's a genius, man.
Yeah, he had that outside of the foot finesse.
Yeah.
He had that South American touch.
Yeah. And he can play a trumpet as well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, right? I mean, if he's player of the day, right, it'd be costing like 50 million quid. 50 million pound would be costing the day.
Yeah.
That's the right boot.
But the thing is, he wasn't. Yeah, go on. Who was going to speak?
One second.
Yeah, he wasn't even he was a wide player, but he wasn't an out-and-out winger, though. His game wasn't based on pace.
He can play midfield,
dribbling, vision, through balls, crosses.
Vision, because he doesn't need to be a lad. He doesn't take on players, but he knows it's the way he does. He gets the bar and gets on with it.
He actually, what John was saying, he actually was quite similar to David Beckham, in that Beckham didn't have to beat a man either. Beckham just needed to shift the ball a yard to be able to whip it in. And if you watch Solano, he played exactly the same way. They both had fantastic work each, and they both had fantastic set piece ability. So they were actually very similar in terms of players. Very different in terms of physical appearance, but in ability, they weren't far off. They weren't far off each other.
No, you're right. What a class that's in.
Right. Right. On to this next one now. So we all got to say the same name else I'm crossing all you lot, all right? Cool. Right, you ready?
Oh, big Shaka.
Pavel Sternicek. Oh.
No, think about it. Think about it. Someone said it already, but someone said someone else.
Pavel Sternicek.
I was going to say Pav. Now. Pav.
Big Shaka, man.
Pete's right. Sorry. R.I.P. Sternicek, yeah. R.I.P. Sternicek. For us, though, come on. Whenever
I had that goalkeeper kit purely for Shaka Hislop.
Exactly.
I used to go in goal side just to be like Shaka Hislop.
Exactly.
He was decent, you know. He was decent.
He was alright.
He was good. He inspired me to play in goal. I remember in the school playground. Obviously, everyone wanted to play our pitch, but I had my little 5-10 minutes in goal just so I could imitate him in goal, man.
Any time I wore that, Shaka. I'm like, what? I'm goal then. Give me the gloves.
He was a shot stopper, man. Like, he was a shot stopper. Like 3-4 saves at once.
Yeah.
But what I remember about that 95-96 season, Shaka Hislop played the first half of the season, and Sternicek played the second half of the season, if I'm correct. And then Hislop may have played like the last few games.
Didn't Hislop play in one of the finals as well, I think? Was it the second final we went to? I'm sure he played in one of the finals.
I can't remember.
Huh?
Might be against Man United.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Might be against Man United.
Yeah. Well, I've got another throwback one. Now, you can only think of dead players in this one. Right.
I can name one.
Andreas Anderson. Andreas Anderson.
Givash.
Asprilla.
No,
that reminds me of the hat trick.
No, we can't have any.
Dead players, yeah? All right.
John Dahl Thomason.
John Dahl Thomason, Givash.
Thomason was dope at AC Milan, though.
But no, this ain't AC Milan, bro. This ain't AC. I'm sorry.
What the fuck happened?
This ain't AC Milan. What are you saying, Seb? Come on.
Melanie Obi.
Oh, nah, you're out of order.
Oh.
You're out of order from me now.
I can say someone, John Barnes.
You're out of order from me now, bro. You can't disgrace Shola like that, man. You're deep.
Now, Hugo Viana?
No, he was good, man.
He was alright, man. Come on.
He was good.
Nah, he was trash, man.
Oh,
John Barnes is not a bad shout. John said that. John Barnes is not a bad shout.
John Barnes.
Yeah, because he was spent. By that time, he was spent. Like,
we didn't have Liverpool John Barnes. We had like old man just
spent force, man.
There's another name I can add to that as well. Des Hamilton.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Des.
Big Des.
Big Des.
I don't even know who that is.
Des Hamilton. Yeah,
You say, bro, I'm still waiting for your one. You still said a Spria. Can't have a Spria. We said dead players, bro.
No, I just said someone else. I didn't say Asper. Who did I say? I think I agreed with that. Do you remember what's his name? Carl Sorand, that defender.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I think he was French.
Oh,
I think he was
man.
French.
Jeez, that's taking it back, you know. You got some memory, boy.
And another name I can see as well. That's is that Laurent Chabret, whatever his name is?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was
No,
when we were just
Chablis.
signing some odd players, you know. Just,
Do you remember what's his name? Didier Domi, that left back.
Yeah.
Bobby Robson signed.
He was decent.
Do you know what? He came from
he's a decent
PSG.
player.
Yeah, he came with a big reputation from PSG.
Yeah.
He was decent.
Yeah,
He
they
was
were
decent.
good.
Right.
You're bringing back trauma, you know. I've suppressed a lot of these players in my psyche. You're bringing back pain right now. Man said Anderson. I can't relive that.
I always remember Daniel Cordone, the Argentinian striker.
That name rings a bell.
Yeah.
That name
He
rings a
scored
bell.
one banger. He scored like one banger.
He scored, I think he scored against
One
Coventry
goal, that was it.
away. I went to that game and it was absolutely dreadful. And then he scored. I think he scored the winning goal. The fans went mad as he played an amazing game for 90 minutes. He was awful
Like,
player.
Carl Court as well, man. That hurt me, man. I always thought Carl was gonna come for us, you know. I always thought he was gonna pull
Hey.
through.
Didn't Bobby Robson mix Carl Court up with Shirley Amiobi?
Yeah, I heard about that.
He basically just said,
He gets the pass. He gets the pass.
He basically
Yeah, he
said,
did.
Come on.
He did.
RIP
That's true.
Bobby, but come on, Bob. Don't scare me.
Yeah.
He wanted those two to be the two to take over from Shearer, Court and Amiobi. But I mean, look, gotta be honest, Court was a talent. He was a talented player, but he had injuries. He had
to admit though, in a 4-4-2, yeah, you would like to play with Amiobi because you know he would just do the donkey work and lay it off to you.
Yeah. It's the only reason Shearer allowed him to play starting 11.
Just like, I'll do the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming forward in time now. What about this one?
Oh, I've got that bad boy.
Oh,
I
man.
don't like this one.
I don't like this shit. I do like the style.
Colaccini.
Oh, yeah. Ignoring that, obviously.
Colaccini.
Colaccini, he said.
Yeah, he did well.
He left. So,
No.
Colaccini left. This was the year we got relegated.
Yeah, Matt
No,
Ritchie for
this is championship.
Yeah. That reminds me of Matt Ritchie.
Matt Ritchie for sure.
Matt Ritchie.
Yeah, I mean, good fan.
Yeah, this is championship. That was championship.
Yeah.
Think about it. We had this one.
Yeah.
You have the away kit as well.
Do you know what? There's some Wonga kits that I like, yeah, but
This one.
I want to find it without the sponsor, man. I can't be rocking no Wonga kit, man.
Yeah, the kids one had it, though, didn't it? The kids one. Yeah. But yeah, what you saying? So, Fumbi, you don't know. You said Colaccini, bro.
You know the funny thing? Those kits I'm just like, when did we even have those kits? Like,
That was the year we got relegated, the last relegation.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Also, certain kits here remind me of not only the year we got relegated, but certain kit. When I look at certain kits, it reminds me of we wore that kit the year before we got relegated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the last kit, you know, the kit like with the blue trimming. The last time we got relegated, I've got that kit, and every time I put that on, it just reminds me of,
Right.
we got relegated this year. Whenever I look at it,
I only remember the yellow
I
one.
can't keep them. I can't keep those kits.
I got it as a Christmas present, man.
It doesn't matter. If that's the season we got relegated, those kits I can't keep them. They're just too many bad. Too many.
Remember the time we had the yellow kit, the yellow stripes one.
The bruised
Yeah.
They looked all right, you know. They actually looked all right in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they actually worked in person. Like it actually worked. I thought it was trash the first time they released it, but when I went,
It was traffic warden. You look like a traffic warden. No, bro. No. What are you talking about?
You like the yellow?
No, bro. You look like a traffic warden, like taking down tickets and that. No.
The green one this season is hard.
Yeah, it's all right, you know. It's all right.
It's all right. It looks more like a trading top, but it's all right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Right. Last one. This one.
Yes.
Mo Diame.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Good friend.
Big Mo.
Girlfriend.
Kufa didn't play in that shirt, though.
Yeah, he didn't have that one. He was long gone by then.
He left after he won the championship, though.
He's had too much.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm having a man.
You know, I do like that kit. I actually want that kit, you know.
You might as
I
well
wanna
say,
get that kit.
Shearer, bro. What are you on about?
Gaza.
Yeah, seriously.
Right, you got the Premier League badges as well, yeah?
John, you guys
Put
Put it back up. Who won that one?
The Army.
Dami, Muto, Kennedy.
So,
That was our first season when we got promoted, wasn't it?
Yeah, first season back in the Prem.
Back in the
Heck.
that's just
Most
right.
Army.
And
No, that is a nice kit. That is a nice kit.
yeah, I
It's
like
nice.
I like it.
But look at the Chinese writing and the fun. We're just a cheap ass club in it, just branded, man. Who's gonna take us serious out?
Why are you this dirty, bro? Oh.
No, man. Takashi's a prick,
That's
man.
what already done to us, man.
Takashi's a prick, man. Look how he branded our club, man. What the hell?
What's wrong with that? Why is that, bro? It looks nice, bro. Come on.
I don't know what that Chinese. I don't know what that means. That what? 6 egg rolls. What does that mean?
You are cheap, bro. You are cheap.
Right,
Right, anyway, moving on to this number on the back, number 9. So we're going to talk about number 9's Saint Shearer, because we could all talk about Shearer all day long. But Saint Shearer, we want to talk about number 9. So the first one was Obafemi, your boy from me.
Yes.
Obviously, he was like 35 when we signed him, innit?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Hey, you man. On FIFA, yeah, man's pace was 99.
Yeah, I know.
99. On the pitch, I'm like, where's this pace?
Wait,
He was quick. He was quick.
Not as quick as they made him out to be.
He had a banger on him, though.
No, his leap was incredible.
Yeah, it
And
was.
his celebration as well.
Yeah. I always thought him and Viduka were a good partnership,
Oh my
complemented each
gosh.
other well.
It was like magic. Remember that goal against Tottenham?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, man.
I was a Tottenham fan.
Beautiful.
I'm sitting right next to him. I think they were winning or it was a draw. It was like tie. And I'm sitting right next to him, and he takes that shot, and he looks at me like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what goal I remember. Remember that in Allardyce's first game where we beat Bolton 3-0 away and he scored that overhead?
Yeah.
And you can tell basically Michael Owen.
Wall of Philip shots.
Well, Michael Owen started that season injured, isn't it? And so basically Allardyce had to play him. And you could tell that he had like a selection headache that obviously you couldn't drop him, isn't it? Yeah. It was effective, but at the end he had to, innit? Because Viduka's the focal point of the team. He has to play, isn't it?
The thing with Martins, I remember one time we had he scored a header, and he hung so long in the air. I thought he was just gonna stay there. Like his leaping ability was just. He burnt out so quickly. I was like, yeah, he was probably 44 when we brought him in. To be fair. He went 23 when he came over, man. He was pushing 30 at that point, man. He burnt out in 2 seasons.
Well, the deal was delayed by about 3 or 4 days because of that reason. Because there was an issue with his passport in Italy. Because they're saying that he was 23, but it was talking 28 at the time, and that was back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day then.
Yeah.
So and the guy's still playing now, I think. So he was at least 55 by now.
Tearing up America. Like tearing it up.
Yeah.
I always question his face. I always question it like, nah.
Yo, Amika, can you hear us?
Guys, yes. What's going on?
Yeah,
in the building.
Yeah. So you missed all the chat about the hits. We're moving on to like number 9s now. We just started with Obafemi Martins. And how old was he from me when he left us?
Oh, my Nigerian brother.
Yeah, he was like 35 when we signed him.
Oh boy, you're
Keep it at payday.
Oh, right. Oh yeah. By the way, Amika, John's up in the corner, and then you met Fumbi's there. You know Pete and you know Seb. Everyone's met each other now.
Exactly.
Cool. Right. Next number 9 is Andy Carroll. Now this is the first time obviously we had Andy Carroll, not obviously now Andy Carroll. He was only number 9 for a season. That was in the Championship. He went a bit, obviously, into the Premier League, and then he obviously left us for what he thought the grass was greener. But yeah, assessing his number 9s, how do you reckon he did? We'll start with you, John. What do you reckon?
Andy Carroll. Look, what can I say about this lad? He's absolutely fantastic. He's a throwback back in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, he's got good head ability. He's got good lovely left foot, good control, scores, and he's very, very tough. And he's a skinny lad, but he's got a heart of a lion. And I just love the guy, scoring goals, and he's just brilliant. Okay. And he's just absolutely brilliant. And tell you something else as well. I mean, he gets a lot of wars as well, which I love about the lad. And he works so hard as well. But like you said, since he went to Liverpool, he thought the grass was greener, and he just hasn't really done it. He really hasn't done it. But it's just maybe didn't suit the style of Liverpool. And then he went on to West Ham, and he did well at West Ham, to be fair, but a lot of injuries has done him. And now we've got him back on the feet, so...
Yeah, it just shows how far he's come, innit? I mean, let's talk about that season when he was in the Championship, man. He was on fire. Him and Big Shoulder up top, like, formidable. What do you reckon, Tim?
Yeah, they're on top, man. But you're surprised, isn't it? So basically, for a static 2 up front, surprised that I can't remember who we had on the wings that year. I'm gonna have to think back.
Yeah,
for a static.
Joey Barton.
We had Barton and Nolan, didn't we?
Sorry. Oh, that was in the Premier League. I mean, in the Championship, we have like Pancrase or something, innit?
Oh no, Gutierrez was there.
Nah, Gutierrez.
Where am I?
I can't remember. Gufran.
Pancrati, what was his name?
Sissoko was there.
Yeah, I remember him. No.
Gufran wasn't there either. It was we had Barton on the right, Gutierrez on the left, but then we bought Wayne Routledge in the January transfer.
Yes.
He was
He played on there as well.
Yeah. I mean, So they were a good pair. They occupied defenders, centre backs. Him going to Liverpool, you can understand. Obviously, it's expected. You know, actually, that's good money, considering we didn't pay for him. But yeah, he was super effective, mate. On his day, he was like, no one was better than him in the Premier League on his day. The handful. It's just a shame it was a bit too much about that party life, drinking, but it is what it is. He's a young man. And if we can get one more season out of him, fair play.
Think we'll get one more season out of him this season, though, like with the potential?
No.
If things change.
I would love to get another season out. He was fully fit. But unfortunately, I just cannot see it happening. I cannot. And that's a shame because the lad can still do it. But I just can't do it at that level. Can it?
Yeah, okay. Right.
Moving
on to the boy, Papi Cisse. All right. Talk to me about this. Scored some wonder goals. Pete, talk to me about him, man. When he first came in, what did you think, bro? When he came in from Germany, him and Bar together, weren't really... It's kind of working, but kind of not. What do you reckon?
It was one that came out of the blue because it literally came out of nothing. It wasn't one that was speculated that we were going to sign. And when you looked at him, I think it was Freiburg that was signing from. They were like fighting relegation, but he was pretty much scoring all those goals. So you knew where the net was, and obviously he was mates with DEMBA anyway. But you could never ever expect what we got from that. Of the season, the guy was unreal. He just everything he hit went in the net. Never ever fit. Everyone talks about the Chelsea game when he scored that goal, which was unreal. But for me, the goal that he scored, the second he scored against Swansea, that little clip into the top.
Yeah, I remember that.
The ball got whipped through by Kabay, I think it was, to his feet, and just one touch, just clip, just all in one motion. Just the guy was just unbelievable. Fantastic striker. But I think that's what hampered his career at Newcastle, is that everyone then expected him to do that week in, week out. And because he couldn't, his confidence dropped. DEMBA leaving was the turning point, because they did work well together. But when he left, he wasn't really the same player. Everything was expected on him. But at the time, I remember being really frustrated with him because he wasn't recreating what he did at the beginning. But when you look back on his career at Newcastle, I thought he was a good number 9. I thought he played well, scored some important goals for us, and he actually loved the club. He still talks about us now. He loves the club, and fair play to him. Fair play to him.
What are you saying, Amika, man? Do you remember the first goal? I know everyone talked about the Chelsea goal, the Swansea goal, but the first goal he scored, Aston Villa, one time, boom, left foot, bro. That was just, so sweet.
Yeah, do you know what? I saw a stat the other day. Bar and Cisse, their goals ratio when they played together was just incredible. Like, we would love a pair like that now. But I'm not sure you remember, the second season, after Cisse had that wonder half a season, Bar got shoved out to the left, didn't he? And then Cisse got through. And I know DEMBA Bar weren't too happy about that. He wanted to play as a main 9. Cisse wanted to play as a main 9. It just like didn't work in the end. But like Pete said, I remember being so frustrated with him. Like, the ball come up to him, they'll just bounce off his leg and go in the midfield, and it was just not the player when he first signed to us. But yeah, Cisse, man, I can't fault him, man. When you look at the strikers right now, he's just chalk and cheese, man. I'd have him back. Not him now, but him back then.
Yeah. Fast forward to the championship season. White Gale signed for what, £10 million? Does the business in the championship, but doesn't quite make the grades in the Premier League. Why do you think that is, Seb?
Well, to be honest, even when he was at Crystal Palace, I actually liked him, to be honest. I thought, do you know what, he could do a job on our side. Like, even just coming off the bench. Yeah, I just think maybe we just don't play his kind of style. But even now, to be honest, I do feel like he's got a goal in him. I would like to see him play more. And I think criticism of him is quite harsh. But as a striker, I do like him. I think he's dangerous in the box. It's just whether we can offer him enough games. That's the only question. But
Gale was a goal scorer, man. He hasn't been given a proper chance in the Premier League with us. Like, yeah, I know we go back to the first season when we first got promoted to Rafa, but that season was tough. Everyone found it tough. But the second season, obviously he got shipped out on loan. He's not had a chance this season on the Bruce. I think he's a goal scorer. If he plays 38 games, he'll score 10 goals. 10 goals.
You rate him highly, yeah.
Yeah, but
I believe that. I believe that as well.
In those 38 games, he will cause you headache, because them 10 goals will not come in a row. They'll come like one, and then the next 3 months, then the 2, and then at that point we want to kill him.
I like Gale, but there's some fundamental issues with Gale, and it's been over a period of time, and I've pulled my hair out with that. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for what we've seen this season, because I think I've said it before in our chats. When Benitez put him out on loan to West Brom, his mindset was gone about Newcastle. He wanted to stay. And I think the fact that he was shipped out in order to get Rondon in, I think he was basically pissed off at the club for allowing him to leave. So when he came back, his attitude was he didn't want to be there. So the performances early on were an example of that. So I don't blame him back this season, but in the championship season, he was fantastic. He was everything that we thought we would get in a striker and what we needed. The fundamental issue with Dwight Gale is his mentality. And the mentality was, I think it was in January when he pulled his hamstring, that messed him up for the rest of the season. Because when he came back, he wasn't the same player. And you could tell his runs, his movement was all in his mind. He was worried about re-injuring himself again. And he's had a persistent injury problem, even back at Crystal Palace. He's had so many injuries over the years, particularly with his hamstrings. He's got a mental block there, and he can't get past it. And it takes him, so he might need 3 or 4 weeks for a hamstring to recover. Sorry, but he'll need 3 or 4 weeks to get his mentality right, just to be able to forget about it. And when you're playing at the top level, you can't afford to have a player like that in your team. You need a guy that's got mentally the ability to get back on the game. Even more so, and we talked about it in the last one, about playing for Newcastle. You need a certain mentality to play for Newcastle. You need a certain mental strength to play for this club, regardless of where we're at, whether we're in the Championship, whether we're in the Premier League. And I don't think he's got the right mentality to play for a club like Newcastle. If you put him in a team like Norwich, he'd score goals for Norwich in the Premier League. I just don't think he would score the goals for Newcastle. I don't think he can handle the pressure because of that mentality issue.
Okay. Right, next one. Anyone could jump in on this because this guy, obviously, I wish he stayed there longer. At first, I didn't think he should have been taking the number 9 because he wasn't properly ours. But Rondon, man, what a guy! Like, absolutely,
my boy.
My boy. Who wants to go first on this one? Who wants to go first on this one? I'm opinionated on this. Go on, you
know what? Here's the thing. If we had money, Rondon won't be my first choice striker ever.
Yeah, but we got to be realistic. I know you're still thinking what's going to happen.
For what we had. No, I'm just saying, as a player, I don't really rate Rondon as a player. But because he did a good job for us, I liked how he carried himself at Newcastle. But I still wanted better.
I'd have him in my squad all day. It
you
wouldn't be my first in terms of starting because he's what, nearly 32. But boy, you need a player like him in your squad because there are games in the season where you need a battering ram, someone that's going to occupy those 2 centre backs and just bully somebody, particularly away from home, which is what he did. I always remember the game Leicester away when we won. I think Perez scored the winning goal a couple of years back, and he just occupied the 2 centre backs, Harry Maguire and the other man, I don't know. And he just absolutely bullied them. You need guys like that in your squad. I always remember Tottenham had, when Harry Kane up top, they had Llorente, who pretty much does the same job. You need a guy like that in your squad. So 100% I'd have him.
A big target, man. A big target.
Yeah, he's a quality player.
Big target, man.
What are you saying, John?
I just wish we signed Ron on a permanent deal. You know what I mean? But what I love about this guy, like the other guy just said, he's got a focal point. He's good, he's strong. He can hold the ball up. He scores. And his work is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I just wish we signed him for £16 million at the time. But Rafa fought actually and get this guy in. And actually just didn't want to pay the money. So he goes and pays 40 million on someone. He just cannot score goals for Toffee. Rondon knows the Premier League. And
we'll move on to that one in a second.
Wait, let me do Rondon first. Yeah,
I want to hear Seb's opinion. What's Seb saying?
Right. The first time I used to play Championship Manager back in the day, right? And Rondon was that striker. He would always end up at like a big team, and obviously, stats-wise, he obviously was highly rated, basically, because they follow some kind of index or whatever. So when I heard he went to West Brom, I thought, okay, I heard about this guy. He's one of those guys who's got a big reputation. And then when I saw him at West Brom, I just thought, nah, you're so far from it. And I'll be honest, when we signed him, I was underwhelmed because I thought, nah, like this guy's not really for us. Yeah, he's a unit, fair enough. But then, hands down, he just proved me wrong. Straight up, proved me wrong. I mean, we should have signed him.
Would you sign him for 30? Would you sign him for £16 million at 30-year-old? I would have done. I would have signed him.
Yeah, we can get 3 seasons out of him. Yeah. For 3 seasons, it's worth it.
Seb,
he's worth 16.
When Rondon was at West Brom, who was the manager? Al-Rumayyan. Okay, you ain't getting nothing out of Pardew. You know what I mean? He's not someone that's going to get the best out of Rondon. And he had no service. If you watch West Brom, he was literally living off scraps week in, week out. The goals he was scoring, he was doing it off his own back. The goals that he was scoring for them, he was literally doing it himself. And you just do with a little bit of service, a little bit of quality, with Benitez's tactical ability, he was going to be a player. He needs to come back.
I saw an article last week saying that he would love to come back.
Yeah. Of course, man. Of course he wants to come back. He wants to come home, man.
Nah, we got other dreams now, bro. We got other targets now.
What are you saying?
They're linking us with bigger names now, okay? All right.
But no T-word, yeah? No T-word.
No T-word. No T-word.
See, there's rumors out there. That's what I'm saying.
Bumby, no backup, no? Not as a backup striker.
Hey, listen, man. When you get money, you gotta look big. You gotta look bigger and beyond, man. You gotta up those taste buds, guys. Okay. Take Cavani.
I'm talking Cavani.
Take Cavani.
Cavani's 33 though, man.
Take him as a backup. My taste buds are different now, fam. Aguero. Now you're talking my language. Aguero wants to see out the 2 years. I'll take that.
Calm down. Right. Let's get into it now. Current number 9 now. Mika, you can vouch for me because me and you watched countless amount. I know it's on his face already. Me and you watched countless amount of away games together.
Nah.
And we're just both shaking our heads like.
Now I'm gonna chip in early. I'm not gonna take abuse for Joelinton. I'm not gonna take it. Okay. I'm just gonna.
Hold on. You want to defend? You want to defend Joelinton, but not Rondon. All right, cool.
100%. 100%. I'm gonna put it like this, yeah. Right. Steve Bruce cannot get the best out of Joelinton. It's a lose-lose. Okay. I honestly believe a good coach can make him handy. I'm not talking 50 goals, but he's a clever player. He's got ability, but Steve Bruce cannot get it out at all.
I hear that.
Nah.
What? There's got to be.
I hear that as well. I hear that too. I hear that.
No, Clint. What game did we go to? I think was it Leicester away? He had the ball.
Villa maybe as well.
Yeah, there was one game, might be Leicester. He had the ball near the semicircle. Almiron made a run. It's going to be 3 on goal. It was the easiest pass, and he kicked it out for a goal kick. You just have to tap it inside of the foot. I thought, no.
Villa. That was Villa.
Oh, was that Villa?
Yeah, it was a Villa game. I remember seeing that because I was there. I was screwing.
Yeah,
screwing.
But the Tottenham goal, though, you saw the Tottenham goal. There's something there. He took that goal so well.
But I look back at that goal now and think, is that a fluke? Like,
yeah, I know. Same.
Did he just do it? I don't understand. Like,
I don't know, man. I feel like what Pete said. The pressure of playing for Newcastle up front cannot be easy, man.
Yeah.
He's 22 years old. He's 22, 23 years old. In a brand new country, he's going to need time. I think we talked about it before. Clearly, Bruce is not the guy. He's not a coach. He can't coach him. However, Joelinton is not a number 9. The first thing I would do, I know we're not talking about that big T, but if another manager came in, first thing I would do if I was him would take a pair of shoes, cut that number 9 out of his shirt and say, you ain't number 9 anymore. You are not a number 9. Oh, it could be 23, but you are not number 9. And you keep your name on the back of the shirt.
You can even who you want. You're number 2, but you're not number 9.
I'll kid him off, man. He'll be finished.
He's not a striker. You watch all the German scouts, all the German journalists, people that watch German football. You watch, even if you went on YouTube right now and watch his best bit, all of his best work
out wide
on the left hand side, or the right hand side, or it came from playing as an attacking midfielder, not a striker. He's not a striker.
But I don't get it. He doesn't look. He's not like the type of person who's got like finesse dribbling or anything like that. I don't see how he's a wide man.
No, but what I don't understand is we scouted him intensely in Germany. We scouted him. We saw he played on the left hand side, like Pete says. That's where he does his best work. So why did we put him as a number 9, 40 million striker that's going to get us double-digit goals? I don't get it.
Emeka, have you seen a Sports Direct shop before?
See the what?
Have you seen a Sports Direct store before?
Yeah.
So you can imagine what kind of scouts we were sending out to Germany and say, yeah, this is the number 9. Like, who was watching him? Who?
I saw him.
Are you telling me we said?
Can I say?
He sent his bedroom. You know, you send your bedrooms to go and watch a game. He said his homies to go and watch a game in Germany. Yeah, sign him.
Yeah, but listen, do you not remember? Do you not remember that press conference where Bruce said, "Yeah, I admit he's not a natural striker." Like,
yeah.
If you're a striker and you're hearing your manager say that, what's that going to do for your confidence?
You're done. You're done. They make a comment like that. You know that's you done.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that what kind of management is that?
And you know, Carroll, the only thing Carroll's not even fit.
That's forgot.
He looks better than Joe Linton.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And Carroll's done, and he's 22.
I'm not being funny, guys, but whoever scouted Joe Linton should be flipping sacked.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
100%. And not just that. I would just bring up in the flipping charge and off. You know what I mean?
You know what? Did you know? I don't want to like.
I'm fraud and deception, man. Fraud and deception. Because that is it. Was it Steve Nixon who decided to get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he should be.
What does that guy actually do? What does he do?
That's a poor guy.
Who did we sign him from? Who did we sign him from?
Hoffenheim.
Hey, can you imagine when they heard 40 million? They were like, shh, just don't say nothing.
Can I just add something as well? He cost 40 million. He cost 40 million pounds, right? But if we put another 10 million on top, we could have got Timo Werner, and he's twice the pattern. 5 times the pattern in the side. You know what I mean?
When it would have come to Newcastle.
No.
See, Timo Werner. That's what Steve does. You're not going to see that. That's not fair.
Boys,
Timo Werner and Steve Bruce pose over.
I'll tell you what.
On a level, just really quickly, if you go back on the website and look at when Joe Linton does his first interview for Newcastle, and Steve Bruce comes in, I think partway through, and shakes his hand, and you look at how uncomfortable Joe Linton is. He looks at him thinking, "Is he really my manager?" Who the hell is this man?
I thought it was the kid.
Oh, man.
That's the thing. I've said this before, yeah, but like you do realise because we paid so much for him, we actually have to play him because the less he plays, the more his value drops.
Yeah.
So we actually have to play him.
That guy's had half a leg this season. He's had, and he still played the next game. he ain't missing the game.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's the thing. When he scored in the cup, right? I can't remember who it was against, the FA Cup. You just thought you so wanted him to do well. Just go on a run of 3 or 4 games. Just do something. Do you know what I mean? Everyone wanted him to do.
Even the goal in the cup, it didn't give me enough confidence to know he can carry this on. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was a worldly goal. Like, oh my God, he's back. It was one of them was like, oh my God, he scored.
Right, hey, for me, this is your time now, and everyone else join in. If you could sign one player, I'm not mentioning the T word, because obviously that's excluded. But if you could sign one striker, who would it be?
Right now?
Yeah, right now. You know, because it doesn't look like we're going to play the season. Let's face it.
If you could get one striker, I reckon.
Yeah, but add a caveat.
Someone I reckon we can get as well.
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus.
No chance. I don't believe that.
No, we can get Jesus.
But Aguero's getting on.
Yeah, but he's not happy at City because he's not the star man. I don't think they trust him too tough. And he'll come.
Aguero ain't going to be there much longer at Man City.
Yeah, but I don't think Pep likes Jesus. I don't think he trusts him too tough. But that's the striker I want. I don't think we can get Timo Werner. I'd like him, but Gabriel Jesus, if I could go for one that we can get.
Okay.
I think he'd have a team around him. He'd be a player. No, I was just going to say, just adding on. I just think, I think you're right. I think if he had a team building, I still don't come to us. Not right now. And money talks, though. Money talks.
No, come on. What are you saying, Sid? If you could sign a striker, who would it be?
Realistic targets, okay.
Yeah, realistic. No,
prior to the T, okay. This is a hard one, man.
Oh man.
You might have to come back to me. Let me have a bit more to think about it.
All right.
Because I'm thinking realistic targets.
I'll just say my two really quickly.
Yeah, go on.
I've got a European target and then I've got an English target.
You thought long and hard about this, innit?
What's that?
You thought long and hard about this, innit?
Well, I think I've said it before, and they're realistic targets. So for me, if you go in European, you've got Moussa Dembele from Lyon.
Oh, yeah.
Lyon haven't qualified for Europe, so their top players are looking to leave. He at the right price, 35 million, I think you get him. For me, another realistic target, if you're looking more of a player that's already played in this country, Callum Wilson from Bournemouth. Good age. You know he scores goals in the league. He's got pace. He wants to score goals. Playing in the England squad, and I don't think I think you can get him for 25 million, 25, 30 million, and you get a good 4 years out of him. And you could transition him in a couple of years for someone like Callum Wilson. If you're then becoming a bigger team, he could then become a squad player, and then you could get him come in and be the main man, and he'd still be in the squad to offer something. So they're just two quick options: European and then homegrown.
Okay, I like that. Right, Mika, what are you saying?
Right, so my number one target is from EDUOARD from Celtic.
Yeah, that's right.
He's an absolute baller. Like Pete mentioned, Moussa Dembele. You ask any Celtic fan, they'll tell you this guy's better. Like he's got everything: dribbling, passing, goals, assists. He scored goals at every French level, under 18s. I think under 21s, he's got something like 17 goals in 10 games, something stupid like that. He'll be my. And I think before the coronavirus, they were talking about what, 30 million. I think now you can get it for 20 million max. And 22 years old, that's an absolute. That'll be my number one target, realistic.
What about that Victor Oshin guy? That Victor
from Lyon.
Yeah.
Nigerian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be 23 when we sign him too.
You know what? He's a talent, but the problem is that because Lille are bringing through all these young players now, and they know they can get big money for them, they've slapped a big transfer sort of price on him, and it's even kind of putting off the big team. But he'll be one of the top strikers, no doubt. He's a quality player. Yeah.
John, you know the Scottish neck of the woods quite well. Like, would you sign anyone from there or anywhere else?
I would have said EDUOARD as well for Celtic. Definitely him, man. Like the last guy who said, he's got everything. He's got skills, got pace, dribbles, scores. I know the Scottish League is not the big league, but he's still a canny player, so I'd definitely go after him. And for at home, oh God, it's a hard one. I'll probably have to say Danny Ings at this moment. If you look for a best striker in England at the minute, I'd say Danny Ings. I mean, we could have got him a couple of years ago, but he scores. He scored, 16, 17 goals this season. Class that. And I think he'd do well at a higher level, him, with a great service. I would have gone for those two.
You know, it's okay to dream, you know. It's okay to dream, guys. That's what I'm saying.
I've got it, Clay. I've got it.
What are you saying? Go on.
Yeah, so basically, I had the mental block earlier, but yeah, Pete took the words out of my mouth. So yeah, Moussa Dembele, continental target. I'll go for. Said he's available. We can get him from Lyon. Should have got him. We actually could have got him from Celtic for 18 mil, but Ashley didn't want to pay the money.
Surprise.
And the other target I'll go for is. I'll go Tam Abraham. Because basically I know Rafa wanted to sign him. I know he turned us down. I think Rafa wanted him on loan.
Yeah.
And then he turned us down for Swansea.
Yeah.
But I just generally think that if he was us, he would enjoy the pressure. I think if we give him the right service, I think he'll score 12 to 15 goals.
Would he leave Chelsea though? Come on, like realistically, would he leave Chelsea for us?
I'll take Batshuayi or Origi or Enoch Origi. I'll take one of those two.
Batshuayi?
Yeah,
Batshuayi. Yeah.
I'm not sure about Batshuayi. I'm not sure about him.
Why, John?
He's a good player. He's a okay player, but I just don't think he's going to do enough. I'm just not sure about him, I'm afraid. He hasn't played much games, I get that, but I'm just not sure about him. At this level. It's going to surprise you. But it won't. No.
I've got to agree with John. I do like.
Not for me.
But I've got a massive issue with players that just want to sit on the bench at a top club and play 1 or 2 games a season. I have a real issue with that. I had an issue with DEMBA doing it when he left us to the Chelsea. I had an issue with Remy turning this down to go to Chelsea for that same reason. They knew full well they were going to be second or third, and they're happy to just sit there. That's why I had a decent loan spell at Crystal Palace. I was surprised he even went there. But I thought, oh, he's got the right mentality because he wants to play football. Gone back to Chelsea and just done exactly the same thing. And I'm thinking, I don't want a player like that because for me, I'm just thinking he's just about the money. Are you really going to get the quality of performance out of him? So I've just got a real issue with players like that.
Can I come in as well? All I want players who's going to come to Newcastle, play for the badge and play for the shirt. Okay? I don't want people come up to Newcastle, play for the money and just have to sit on the bench for a couple of years and then decide to go for that play and come to us. Nah, I don't want that to be.
John, we're going to need at least 2 of those. Yo, John, we're going to need at least 2 of those players to move the club.
Oh, yeah. That's going to happen. It will happen. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Bringing Dembele from Barcelona, we're not going to get shit from him, but he'll be that guy.
I still wouldn't have that with Shiny.
We're going to have at least 2 of those.
About him. Look, he might do okay, you know, when he does come on, but I want players who's going to come play for the shirt. Do you know what I mean? So I just wouldn't have him in my club now. Not for me.
Last quick question. If you could bring back any striker, who would it be? Any striker from Newcastle.
Remove Sheriff from the table. Remove Sheriff from the table.
Yeah.
Demba Ba.
Amisha, you who?
Demba Ba.
Demba Ba. Why Demba? Quick.
Oh, Demba's my guy. He's got everything. He is Black Shearer. Oh,
I like that one. I know Fumi's got something to say. What you saying?
You know, it's really hard, you know, like, who do I miss? Like, who would I really bring back?
Only one, you know.
Craig Bellamy.
Bellamy?
Yeah, good player.
Hey, you see, John, talk about someone paying for the shirt. Bellamy played for the shirt, man. He played
Did he ever?
Yeah, but the thing is that Bellamy...
He's got a bit of a mouth, but on the pitch, he's got heart, he's got passion, he's got heart.
True. I do like...
He works so hard, man. What a guy. What a player.
I think I know who Seb's going to say.
No, basically, I just want to, firstly, on the Bellamy thing.
Okay.
He seems like a bit of a journeyman. Like, he's been at a lot of clubs, so I don't know whether that's down to basically attitude problems, clubs move him on, or just the fact that, don't know, just maybe he's got a bad injury record, but if you look at his career, he's a journeyman. And, yeah, I think he's one of those players, he upsets, like, squad harmony. Like,
yeah.
I've heard a few stories about him. Apparently, when he was coach at Wales, apparently he was bullying the youngsters. So, I don't know if he's got a big personality, but I don't know. I think, like, in terms of, like, managing, I can picture him being as a type of player who's not easy to manage.
Yeah. He's got little man syndrome.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in terms of...
But the thing about it is that we didn't mind it because he was up wind up and he helped us because he wound up all the players up front and then Shearer just took advantage of it. You know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those guys. But when you're playing, you hate it.
Yeah.
He was one of those players. But I tell you what, his work rate, his link, linked up together, unreal. They were fantastic.
Who are you saying then? I think I know what to say, but
I'll go. I'll go for Demba Ba as well, man. Because he was just. We got him for free. The value we got out of him, we got him for free. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Basically, he would score all types of goals. He would score with his left foot. He'd scored volleys. He used to like bully defenders. He was just a handful, man.
Yeah. You know what?
All types of goals.
When he left,
huh?
I thought he was Tino.
Nah, not Tino.
Tino's my guy, though. He broke my heart. When he left us, he broke my heart, man. He sat on the bench when Arsenal gave us 4-0 in London, or 6-0, whatever the score was that night. And they were just there shamming about because he knew he had to move. So I don't like that guy.
You know what? You think the frustration about Demba Ba, it's not even about him or the way he played. Is the fact that when we signed him, we got him for free, but we paid him an £8 million signing on fee.
I heard that. That's crazy.
But then we sold him for £5 million. So we paid him more on his signing on fee for what we actually sold him for, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it was
million for Demba Ba. What the hell did we do wrong?
That was Mike Ashley. Typical Mike Ashley. Just absolutely stupidness. But to be fair, I would have gone Denver Bar, but because Emmy and Seb have gone there, I'm going to go Lorik Remy. I loved that guy, and he killed me off when he chose QPR over us. He absolutely killed me off because he was a player. And I think if we'd have had him signed permanently, he would have just absolutely tore it up. He's a gifted player. He's running, his movement, his finishing under well. And he's still doing it now. He's at Lille. He's at Lille, still scoring goals for them. He was one that got away for us. For me, he's definitely one that got away.
Yeah, I agree, man.
I said not Andy Townsend, no.
Andy Townsend,
you know.
Hey, for one season, he's looking like Messi for us. For one season.
So we got Demba Ba, Bellamy, Remy, and what you said, John? Yeah.
It's going to be one of those. Can I choose two? Or it's got to be one?
Nah, I can't be greedy now. I've got to say one.
Right. I'm going to say, it's going to shock you guys. I'm going to say, Demba Ba. I'd take him back.
Okay.
I would.
I thought he was going to say Carl Court or something like that.
Oh, nah.
I thought you were going to say Papi Cisse.
Yeah, I mean, for the first half of the season, I thought Papi Cisse was excellent. And the first 4 seasons, he's absolutely fine. So, Papi Cisse, would I take him back? I would, yeah, I'll take him back. I mean, he scores, but I'll definitely put Demba Ba.
Okay.
Because, he's,
cool, guys,
like I
that's
said,
it for today, man. Thanks for joining me. And Miko, thanks for joining us as well, bro. I know you're daddy daycare.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, cool.
See you next time. I will have some more discussions and try and avoid the T word. In fact, forget about it altogether because it's not happening. Sorry, guys, it's not happening. It's not happening, guys. It's not happening. Come on.
The faith.
I'll figure it happen.
We'll see. But anyway, that's enough. I'll see you next time, yeah? Take care. Stay safe.
Nice one, gents.